Welcome to Unfiltered with Dave Letele, episode 2. I have my good friend Pio, one of our BBM members, an amazing journey. This guy has lost over 100 kilos in the past year. That's right, over 100 kilos in the past year, but that's the wow part. There's also things like he's reversed his type 2 diabetes. He's turned his family life around, and I thought to myself, I want more people to hear this because I know how inspiring it is. So, enjoy. Pio, thank you so much for joining me, brother.
Thank you for having me.
Man, it's good to sit down with you. I'm so inspired and just happy when I see you now. You know, and I want to go into that, but first I want to just talk about a little bit about yourself, brother. Can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Yeah, I'm a father of 3 boys. Soane, Tali and Maake. Also a husband. And I live in Mangere, 43 years old. And I've been on a bit of a journey this year. Yeah.
But let's talk about before the journey. When did the weight start coming on? When did you start becoming, unhealthy?
At my heaviest, last year, I would 289 kilos. Yeah.
Only last year. How tough was just basically living when you were 289 kilos?
Hey, just barely living, like just existing, really.
I mean, what things couldn't you do? I mean, you wouldn't have been able to tie your shoelaces.
No, couldn't tie my shoelaces. I couldn't even walk up bloody road, take our rubbish bins to the road. I couldn't even do that. It was everything was just such a struggle, and I don't want to go back there. Never want to go back there.
When you're going through that, bro, when you're with the relationship with your wife and your kids, did you feel like you were a burden?
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely thought I was a burden to them, because not only was my wife having to care for them, for my children, she was also worried and having to care for my needs as well. Things that I couldn't do, I should have been doing for myself. And that was it definitely plays a toll on my mind. Knowing that I should be doing that, I should be doing that, but physically couldn't.
Well, 289 kilos, you could, it's hard just walking to the bathroom, walking down the hall. It's a lot of weight.
And the weight wasn't the only thing, type 2 diabetes. I had a whole lot of other autoimmune issues at the time. Obviously the mental health wasn't, in good shape as well. So there was a multitude of factors as to, but the weight was obviously the biggest one of all.
How's all the other conditions going? I mean, you've lost the weight. How's the diabetes and all that stuff coming along?
Well, I've managed to reverse my type 2 diabetes there. Yeah. So
reverse your type 2 diabetes.
From like taking 8 to 10 pills daily to nothing.
Shit.
Absolutely zilch. Yeah.
Bro, that is amazing. It shows it's possible, eh?
Absolutely. Absolutely possible there. Yeah.
How does that make you feel? I mean, geez, just hearing it makes me want to cry. I mean, how does it make you feel?
Mate, it makes me feel... Hey, it's hard to explain, Dave. I sometimes still have to think, shit, is this real? Am I really not, am I really doing this? Am I not taking my tablets? Am I really going out for walks every morning at 6 o'clock in the morning, 3 or 4 Ks every morning? Am I really doing that? My wife is like looking at me and she's like, yeah, you are. You are.
How are they feeling now with your turnaround?
Oh, man. They're a little embarrassed now, to be honest, because I'm out there, man. I'm just doing my thing, and but they're loving it. They're loving it. They've seen the changes, and And so now they're on their own journeys. My sons, I've sort of helped them with their eating and their food. In the past couple months, they've lost 12 kilos each.
Jeez.
12 kilos each. So I'm really stoked for them. Yeah.
That's breaking the cycle, right?
Yeah, man.
That right there is breaking the cycle.
Yeah.
How does it make you feel?
It makes me feel awesome, man. You know, this is what I've always wanted. I've always wanted to just to lead by example for my children to see. You know, and they're seeing their dad doing it, doing burpees, lifting barbells, you know, doing hang press or chest press and all of that stuff, and they're seeing it and they're just amazed. My wife, my poor wife, yeah.
She must be amazing.
She's an amazing lady, yeah.
I mean, you have turned the corner. Like, people watching, you couldn't even get on the bike.
Yeah.
You know, now you're on the bike, assault bike, going hard, doing burpees. But this has been in this year, and I asked you before, what happened? What changed? You know, that's brought you to where you are. I mean, 100 kilos down and happy. What changed? What was it?
I think it was a number of things. My eating changed. That was probably the biggest thing that really sort of helped me to shed the weight.
So many, it's everything, eh?
Yeah.
Nutrition is everything. Because I always say it, we come to BBM and it's the social part. We love the training together. It's a vibe, right? But it's always the eating. You can never out-train a bad diet.
Yeah.
So you got your eating. How did you get your eating in order?
Well, it took me a couple months of procrastinating that. I basically just now eat whole foods, Dave. You know, I cut out all the processed foods. I cut out all sugars. And I really just stick to one ingredient foods. Protein. I do fruits and veggies.
Yeah. And all this stuff is we've learned all this stuff, you know, through our programs, right? At BBM from the couch.
Yes, that's right. All of that stuff I learned from the couch. It was just a matter of putting it into bloody practice, man, and just doing it.
But what's made you do it? Like, bro, because you've been trying for so long, and what's clicked? I mean, we talk about the spiritual aspect. For me, you know, everything I do is based on faith. All the gyms we open, all the things, we never have funding for it. You know, I always just have faith. And I always, for me, I thank God that I'm not dead or in prison. It's a miracle I'm alive and not in prison, so I don't waste that miracle. It's a miracle that you're here.
Yeah.
And for me, you know, you'll be a BBM leader. You'll be working with BBM. There's 100%. It's a certainty, because we need people like you with lived experience. But what is it? What's the why? We talk about our why. What's your why?
My why is my life. It had to be my life, because if I wasn't going to look after myself and give everything to myself, how am I supposed to share it with my family? That was the biggest thing, you know. And as selfish as it seems, my why is myself, my life. It had to, you know, it had to be that switch, and that was what switched. I had to change my life, and I had to focus on myself so that I'm able to share myself with my family and my children.
Yeah, I've said it. I remember meeting a guy, and you know, we always put ourselves last. I'm doing all that, you know, I've got to do this I don't have time, I've got to work to do this for my kids and for my wife, and all these people depend on me. I said, close your eyes and just imagine you die right now, and imagine where your kid's going to go. Who's going to look after them? Who's going to look after their wife? You know, so you have to look after yourself, so that all those people that depend on you, you can still help them. You can't help them if you're fucked.
That's right. Yeah.
And that was it.
That was it.
What's keeping you consistent Still that?
That, and I feel good.
How do you feel now
Fuck.
compared to where you were? Like you said before, you were just existing, hiding away from the world,
Yeah.
waiting to die, basically.
Basically, yeah. Like, mate, if you had seen me at the beginning of this year, I try to walk around the block, my little neighborhood. I don't think the block was probably, the size of a racetrack. And I had stopped probably about 5 or 6 times just to catch my breath, sore back, everything.
What was the, for me, my rock bottom, I remember 2014, I was on a bed I couldn't fit on. And I've told the story before, you probably heard it, but, and I was just staring at the roof thinking, how did I fuck my life up so badly? You idiot. You had it all. Now look, you got nothing, no money, no family, you lost your kids. You should just kill yourself. Over and that voice just telling me, kill yourself. It's just non-stop. But I had to silence it. So my rock bottom was not having my children. I remember a look my son Tavita gave me. And, no, he wouldn't even know that he gave, he was only young, but the look where he realized he wasn't going to see me for a while. And that look tore me apart. Just like, I just remember his eyes. The eyes. And that's what I remember being on the bed and, and we were at my sister's house and just his eyes would pierce, like, just be in my mind, and just, like, then they had the voice telling me to kill myself. And I got up, I borrowed my sister's car, I borrowed petrol money, which was humiliating. I drove to One Tree Hill and I went for a walk. That's why One Tree Hill's so special. Went for a walk, and that's when, while I was walking, I was no longer thinking about how shit things were. All I was thinking about was, man, this is a steep hill. Why did I choose this place? But afterwards, I had the natural endorphins of the exercise. So I was happier. My brain had a chance to rest, so I could, I could handle life a bit more mentally. But that was my rock bottom, that look. What was your rock bottom? Sometimes we have multiple of them.
Yeah, I think it's kind of similar to, your story, Dave, with, your children just giving you that look. But I have to say because I was in and out of hospital, man, and they'd come and visit me and, and just seeing the looks on their face, they're like, oh, Dad, you're all right, and I'm sure they got, they were just trying to be nice and polite, just trying to encourage me in there, but I could see it in their face, that they were just, they're really gutted for me, and they shouldn't be, at that age, how young they are, they shouldn't have to see their dad in hospital multiple times, Yeah, but I think that would be the rock bottom for me is the last time I was in hospital, I said to myself, nah, man, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this to them. I can't do this to myself. I've got to try.
Do you feel like you have to make up now for lost time
Yeah.
with your wife and your kids?
Yeah.
You're working on that relationship.
And I'm working on that relationship day by day, minute by minute. I'm working to improve my relationship with my children, with my wife, and all of that. And I'm happy to say that it's really improved and it's going in the right direction. There's always room for improvement, but mate, I'm willing to work my ass off to do that. Yeah.
What would you say to your wife and kids that are watching this? What do you want to say to them?
I love yous. They know I love them. But thank you for putting up with me for so long. But Daddy's back.
Yeah, Daddy's back. You're worth it, brother.
Yeah.
Man, I'm just so happy for you. What would be some advice you would give to people sitting at home, maybe still stuck in bed, stuck on the couch, sitting in their car? What would you say to them to help them start?
Reach out to anybody. Just reach out to anyone in your community, family, friends, and just start. Just do something, even the littlest thing, like just walking, getting out and just walking up to the mailbox or something like that. Just something physical that you can sort of improve on each day or each week. Just start. Yeah.
That's the thing, don't overthink it.
Yeah. Don't overthink it, exactly.
Just start.
I'm no one special, Dave. I'm not, I struggled, and I was there. I was on that couch for many years. I'm no one special for them to, if they see me and they're like, oh man, this guy's lucky, fuck, I struggled just like them. And like many people that are still out there struggling. But I had to make a tough decision to get up and do something about it. And I'm glad, and I'm doing that. Sometimes you've just got to just get up and do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think sometimes, people, we talk about, you've got to want it.
Yeah.
I think before, you started, but I don't think you really wanted it.
Nah.
You weren't willing to do anything.
That's a big difference, eh? I didn't want it. I was just going through the motions of showing my family and I'm trying to do something about it. Oh, he's going to the gym, he's going to the pools, he's working on it. But really myself, I knew I didn't really want to do it. But I was just doing it so that, I could show my family I was trying to do something. But the difference now is I really want it. And I feel driven. I feel, mate, I just want it. I want it, I want it.
I think the difference is because now, you're doing it for you.
Yeah.
And man, I'm just so proud. Let's just think, if just on someone watching this saying, they might just tune in now, I just want to know how to lose some weight. Never mind everything else. What's a couple of tips? What's really helped you to lose 100 kilos?
Cut out the shit food. Cut out the rubbish. That's where I started. Sugars, processed foods.
How much fizzy drinks were you drinking a day?
Oh, I probably drink about a 1.5 litre a day of Coke. Yeah, a day at the time. And that's probably being kind.
Conservative.
Conservative. Would have been a lot more than that. But yeah, cutting out things like that, any of the junk food, just start on that. Just the one or two things, just either, cut out the sugars or the really, processed fats or something, like the trans fats and takeaways and that sort of stuff. I know it's easy to say it, it's much harder to do, but, just try it. Just give it a crack. Yeah.
Yeah, I think what you're saying is, it's exactly like me. When I started, I just stopped fizzy drinks. I stopped fizzy drinks and I went for a walk. There's no need to overcomplicate it. Once you get fitter, as you have, you started adding in stuff. You're about to start the weights.
Yeah.
Jump on and doing weights with me and Mark Rainbow. How are you feeling about that?
Oh man, I'm excited. Yeah, I'm really excited to work with you and have the opportunity to work alongside you and Mark. And I have to say, I have to give a shout out to a couple people.
Yeah, man.
I have to give a shout out to Manu. And James and Ina, the trainers out there at BBM. I love those guys. I also want to do a big shout out to Mateo, the T4U family out there at Soul Brothers Centre. Working out at BBM and winning that challenge, Dave, gave me the confidence to sort of venture out a little bit into the community and see what else was there. And I was able to find another family which sort of helped me on my journey as well. So, but yeah,
That's what it's about, eh?
shout out to those guys. Yeah.
Just lastly, brother, what does BBM mean to you?
Oh, mate, it's been a lifeline. You know, it truly has. You know, I talked to Tino a few days ago, and I told her, you know, for the years that I've been coming, and then I'll come and then I'll leave for months on end, or even a year or so. Every time I came back, they always welcomed me with open arms. You know, they never made me feel like, oh, fuck, not this guy again. Every time I came back, they were like, Pio, man, I'm so happy to see you, bro. You know? And this time around, I'm like, I'm sure you guys are getting sick of me, man, seeing me every day. Yeah? They're like, oh, nah, you're looking great, Pio. But yeah, BBM is actually, you know, was my lifeline. Yeah.
Bro, man, I look forward to having you on our team. I think you're definitely going to be a coach for From the Couch.
Wow.
100% see it. I mean, that's why I'm getting you along now to start training with me.
Wow.
There's a reason I'm getting you to train with me, because I want you around me more on a one-on-one basis. And that's the goal. But, brother, I'm so proud of you. Continue on. And thanks for coming on, brother.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks for having me.
No excuses. Let's
No
go.
excuses.